Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading for February 2022. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You can have planets in the sign of Cancer. You know, whatever brought you, welcome. Don't forget also to check out your year in review. It's very telling. And what I did is I just looked at a few of the bullet points so you understand what it's talking about. And one of them was love conquers all. You know, don't know what that means yet. Next was sparks of invention, and then wealth. Like, I don't use that word very often, just wealth. But those were really the bullet points that I got for you for the year. So anyway, check it out if you want. I'll put a link on the end of the video, and let's begin. So we're going to use the light seers for you, and we're just going to build out this deck, okay? And we may bring another deck into it. We'll see. But let's just go ahead and start from the beginning. Let me clear this out of the way. Let me bring this down a little bit. And let's begin. We have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Can be, doesn't have to be. Could be just the energy. We have Justice. Some of you, this could be representing Libra for sure. We have the King of Wands. Can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Sun. It's interesting because beside each person, I feel like their major arcana comes out. You know, like here's the Sun, the ruler of Leo. Here's Justice, the card of Libra. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. It's about your seeds of intention and, you know, what you want to do in this world. Like, you know, what did you come here for? The Sun, I kind of love that. You know, it is like a brand new day, fresh and clear, right? Like when, you know, those days when, I don't know, you're just outside tinkering around the yard, and it's like, you know, maybe you're messing with your flowers, but it's just a good day. Maybe you got music on in the background. But you know, it's like you're appreciating all of it. That's what I'm feeling. So maybe this is a period that's coming up. Justice can represent the law, of course. It can represent divorce, of course. This queen is looking right at justice, and it seems to have the effect on this king. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and see. Let's go above the queen. We have the moon. Your ruler. Card Pisces, but it is your ruler. And that's why oftentimes I say don't get lost in the sign. It's more about the energy, because this queen definitely feels like she is thinking it's like, I'm thinking about my future. But she's not doing it in you know, any type of way. I don't know. It's just like, you know, I'm considering. We have the Knight of Wands. You know, I don't know. Maybe this is someone that's considering, like, you know, giving themselves a new start. I almost feel like the moon has kind of caused some shadows, like, over that free spirit within you. You know, like, it's been kind of like, I don't know, like draped over. Like, you carry a heavy, you know, heavy mesh. But I feel like this queen is like almost like remembering that part of herself. And I think, you know, I don't know. Let's go above justice. We have the world. So, I don't know. She may be considering cutting ties with someone. You know, and why? Because it feels like something else is calling. Something else is calling. I feel like this queen is making this realization of, you know, if I don't cut this certain thing or person out of my life, at least for now, you know, I feel like it in some way affects like a new start that I could have, a new opportunity. We have the King of Pentacles. Can be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So we have two kings and a queen so far. You know, it's interesting because I feel like this king makes me feel young at heart. There's something about this king that maybe when I think of, you know, I feel like young at heart. It just feels like maybe it was like a more laid back type of energy. You know, I could have, it's like, you know, I married this type of person, but it's like it seems like my soul is calling for this type of person. And, you know, I do feel like this is someone, I do feel like this is part of your thought process. Doesn't mean that I'm going back to this king. It just means that I remember a time when, you know, I was, you know, a free spirit and, you know, did things my way. But in a very, like, I don't know. Okay, so let's go above this king here. We have the Four of Cups. It's interesting because almost like this king, like, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? You know, it's interesting because it's almost like I feel like someone is introducing a ring. And, you know, I feel like if you feel like you're with the wrong type of person, like you can just feel it in your energy, or you've already been through this, you know what I'm talking. You know, you already know what I'm talking about. Because I feel like, you know, one king, like, it's just, you know, there's nothing going on. Um, you know, I'm spending more of my time daydreaming. But then when I do daydream, there's another king that, you know, makes me feel alive. Now, it's not even the king, maybe it's just the time period, right? When I felt like a free spirit, and I don't feel that anymore. I don't feel that anymore. Look at this. We have the Two of Cups. You know, I find it interesting. It's connecting both the kings, right? And both can be soulmates, right? Not all soulmates are meant to last for, eternity. They may come in to help teach us a valuable lesson about us. And vice versa. But in the same breath, you know what I mean? I feel like, excuse me, somebody may be questioning between two people, like, which one is my soulmate? Well, I think they both are. It's just which is now, which feels over. Like some things are just meant to be over, and we gotta let them be over, right? Because the world is the next chapter. And there's some type of cutting ties before that, or as part of that, let's say. And I feel like that's exactly what this queen is thinking about. But not in a, I don't feel any fearful type of way, just like, I'm looking forward, and maybe she's thinking about her. Maybe. We have the Hangman. Alright, so I mean, I don't know. One king just seems to really just unmotivate. Like, there's no motivation around this type of energy to me. It's just kind of like, it's like I'm seeing two people, right? And one, all we do is go back to like their house and their couch and watch their TV, and that's what we do. You know what I mean? And that's that, right? And then there's this other energy where it's more excitement, right? We go to concerts and, we go hiking, and you know what I mean? It's like, it's funny because I feel like we read books together and we talk about them. So there feels like a lot of difference. Okay. We have the Eight of Swords underneath the sun. I don't know, I feel like why I'm whispering. I don't know why. Almost like I don't want someone else to hear it. So, the Eight of Swords is mirroring the Hangman, and that would make it perfect sense because the Eight of Swords is where you're creating this, this wall of protection around you. Normally this would be something where, I'd say, listen, that wall has to come down, or, you never get to feel or see the sun, right? You just got a blindfold on. But it feels like the higher self takes over here. Because, to me, the Hangman is not without purpose. The Hangman is seeking wisdom. And with the sun under it, the Hangman's receiving it, right? Even though he's still in reverse, it means he, the Hangman, you, whoever it is starting to feel it. Now what? We have the Nine of Pentacles. It's an independent energy. We can go the whole way back to this Queen again, and I feel like, because I feel like everything's coming out of, like, her energy. And, I feel like, this is someone who's thinking about all aspects of their life. What I love is the sun is right next to the Seven of Pentacles. And that's your soul's seed of intention. So, when you ask yourself, am I on the right path? If you're feeling some type of desire towards it, you know what I mean, in a healthy way, you trust that, follow that. Because what it produces is the Nine of Pentacles, which is success. So some of you may question, You know, if you change certain aspects of your life, you know, will you be okay? The moon is mirroring that Nine of Pentacles. So, you know, will I be okay? Will I be okay financially? We have the Eight of Wands. Interesting. Two eights side by side. You know, eights are all about new beginnings. I don't know. I don't know. You know, like if I'm looking at this like one of Destiny's beautiful little soul seeds of intention. That's kind of what it feels like here, right? And why am I saying that? Because I feel the energy down here is the real energy. Is, you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like what's been going on up here, you know, hasn't led to what you would have liked to see, right? Maybe within your own, you know, foundation, within your own pentacles, within your own love life, that type of thing, you know. Some maybe it's like waiting for a ring, but, you know, do you really want that ring? Because I feel like, you know, if you do, you do. But if you don't, you know, if it's just because, like, hey, you know, that's what people do. Well, look at this with Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So, you know, it's like the Queen of Swords, where I feel like, you know, same thing. She's looking out. She's looking out at the future. You know, in the Two of Wands, this is like, you know, she's the adventurer. She's got her map out. She's got her globe out. She's got her walking sticks out, I feel. It's just like, where am I going to go? Where do I go? I don't feel like there's a limit on that. Okay. Let's bring in the Gilded Tarot. Let's give it a couple shuffles. And let's go a little deeper here. You know, I definitely feel the sun's doing its job by, you know, it's like even when you have sunglasses on, you know, the sun can get through a little bit, right? And I feel like that's exactly what happens, because the Eight of Wands, I feel like, first of all, it's just fast-moving energy. You know, and I feel like there's a little side story here that, you know, there's someone that, let's just say in my younger years, where um, I'm someone who would, you know, jump in before thinking it out type of thing, right? I moved, you know, I mean, just exactly what young energy does. Um, and because I feel like the Queen is like really looking at all aspects, because I feel like the Queen, without any type of force, is looking for a certain type of life. How do I get it? Where do I begin? Look at that. Chariot's on the bottom of the deck. Okay. I mean, I feel it only makes sense that we start with this Queen. again, it doesn't, you know, don't think sign. We have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the King of Cups. Three of Pentacles and the King of Cups. So, it's funny because I feel like that's exactly what I thought she was thinking about, right? She's thinking about her craft, what she's good at, you know, the wisdom that she's accumulated, all of that. You know, even in my job, like, you know, there's, you know, something about what you do that nobody else can do. Other people may do what you do, but nobody does it like you. And then on the other side of that, I feel like she's thinking love. You know, it's almost like I'm feeling like, you know, like just clearly this is, and no ego type of way, like this is what I want, right? I want to do what I love doing, and I want to be in a love that wants to be in a love. And I'm saying that because when I think of the King of Pentacles, that's what I think of. So, let's pick that up. Let's look at this King of Wands. You know, he is in the middle of the spread. Wow, look at that. The Devil. Card of Capricorn. This could be someone who has earth and fire. This could be someone who is living, you know, within their darker energies. This could be someone who, I don't know. You know, I feel like whatever it is, you know, the devil can talk about temptations and things that, things and energies that we feel tied to, right? Like we feel tied to. And I feel like the lesson in that is the understanding that, you know, we're not. You know, it's an illusionary type energy. But nonetheless, it can hold a lot of power. Now, if this is talking about someone that I'm with, someone I'm waiting for, someone I was recently with, where, you know, I'm wanting to be in a relationship with, but I know in my head, I know in my heart, I don't know. You know, I say I don't know because I feel like you have to fill in that blank. Alright, I want to look at this King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Alright, we've got quite a bit. Alright, first thing we have is the Wheel. Excuse me. That is, you know, that's destiny. That can be a measurement of time also, right? Like, you know, like I had to ride this, it's like the Ferris wheel, right? I had to stay on it until they stopped it and let me off. Now, maybe it's my time to get on it. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what else we have. We have the Queen of Wands. we have the Ace of Wands. Interesting. Chariot made its way out. Look at that, right over the Two of Cups. The Ace of Swords. Wow. And then, hello, Nine of Cups. Mirroring the Nine of Pentacles. All meant to be. You know, I feel like it's almost like, you know, I hate to say your life is like a board game, but it's like, how do I want to say this? Like, I feel like these experiences are a major part of who we become, right? Our character. And it's important. These are important lessons. I feel like the lesson is like, you know, maybe in some areas we trap ourselves, right? And that's the human experience. Maybe that's part of the process, right? About what do we do? How do we free ourselves? You know, when you don't know any better, you don't know any better. But once you do know better, you know, do you do better? Anyways, I feel like this is definitely, you know, I'm looking at this king, and, you know, from the Knight of Wands to the Queen of Wands, I feel like this is a measurement of time. This Ace of Wands coming under him feels very, like, desirable. I feel like, you know, what's happening is there's some type of communication. Can be written word. I don't even know. You know, I'm thinking this king, he feels, you know, like I'm in my library, and, you know, it's kind of like when I feel like I'm in my office. It's like my little sanctuary. But anyways, it's interesting because it's like both of them are in a reflection forward. Neither of them are in any type of defensive type of energy. They're just, you know, how do I want my life to be? The Two of Wands, you know, what adventure can I give myself? You know, am I waiting for someone to change when, listen, I know the change isn't going to happen, right? Or there's nothing I can do about it. Does that mean I stop living? No. So it's breaking free of that. And I feel like this knight down here, or this king down here, is doing something very similar. You know, almost like, you know, when I think of this person, I think of them, you know, like in younger years, though I know, you know, that was then and this is now. But, you know, showing up as king and a queen in the same breath. And I feel like what that means is has come to maturity. That doesn't mean, you know, you have to be old. It just means you got some experience behind you. Anyway, I feel like, because I feel like there's been time, but I feel like this king, thinking about this younger energy, is thinking also that, you know, there's an importance. Well, I think he's thinking they're a soulmate, right? That this person is a soulmate, meant to be in their life, like meant to be in my life. And it's interesting because I don't know if the queen knows that's what's going on, because I feel like I'm in both their heads. But I feel like the king down here with this Ace of Wands is kind of like, you know, like a match being lit. Immediately there's movement. And again, that can come in many, many different forms. You know, what's the only fear in that is that this Ace of Swords is coming over the Eight of Swords. But I feel like that's what the Sun is here for. To help illuminate to you what can be, right? It's like, I feel like up here, it's up to you. You know, if that's the life you want, then that's the life you want. I feel like if there's someone who, you know, can't break free from their old ways, you know, whatever that may be, or their ways and your way are just different now. You know, we outgrow people. And sometimes it takes a long time for others to mature. Well, we may mature very quickly. You know, I don't know. Anyway. You know, it's funny because I feel like does this Ace of Swords come in? And is it because of that Ace of Swords that this freeing of the Eight of Swords happens? And I know it happens because the Nine of Cups is what comes out of it. The Nine of Cups, again, there feels to be independent energy. So maybe it is, you know, me gaining my independence in different ways. Feeling good within your life. You know, this is thinking about you in not an egotistical way. And it's interesting because I felt, again, like money and love. Well, money and love. So, I think it's King of Pentacles, whoever he may be, and it may just be someone who feels grounded to you. You know what I mean? Who, like, has their feet planted on the ground, and that feels important. You know, maybe I've just been with the opposite. The fun-loving, let's go out every night. Maybe unwilling to make commitment. You know, if someone doesn't want to make a commitment, then so be it, right? Go find the one who does. You know, I don't know. I just feel like it'll happen naturally. All right. I have the Page of Swords. It's funny, my right ear just went like shut. The sound went off. It's back. The Nine of Swords. Alright, Nine of Swords is about unnecessary worry. You know, it's about taking our thoughts and creating a movie out of them. You know, that's full of doom. It's kind of like she's just waiting for it. You know, I feel like as part of your lesson also is not allowing yourself to get to that point. You know, it's a sword, and we open that line with the Queen of Swords. So I feel like that's something maybe I need to master, is not allowing my head to go automatically to a place of doom, like it, you know, because it's unnecessary. It's based out of falsehood. It's based out of illusion. It's based out of other people. All right, what else do I want to look at? I don't know. It's like I don't really, well, look at this. We have the Four of Wands. I was going to say, I don't know if I really want to mess with the Two of Cups because it just feels so right. But then look at this. The Four of Wands. That's the marriage card. 2022 is the year of the lovers. As we're doing this reading, I think the full moon is in your sign. What does that mean? Well, I think there's many things it means, but one of the things I think is about it's the clearing of the emotional house, right? So that I can be who I really am, and that's open and loving and nurturing. And then you move into the Leo full moon, which is about the new beginning. It's funny, there's the moon right there. Speaking about the moon, let's look at that moon. Look at that, we have the Tower. We have the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like in a way it's saying, the recovery of these towers that come in our life, like give ourselves some time, right? But we don't want to get lost in them, right? And I feel like if I'm in fear that the tower is going to happen, there's something I'm missing, right? Like if my worry is like, oh, okay, it's going to happen, something else is going to happen, I know the tower's going to come, I got to figure out what's the root of that, what makes me think that. Is it true? And if it is true, is that what I want? Do I want, because I feel like in the tower, sometimes, even though we know the tower can feel destructive, we want it to come. But I feel like whatever the towers are for you, and especially feel like probably in your emotional house, they are, I feel like, on your tree of the lessons you came to learn. And some of them may have been very hard. I feel many of you have overcome that, though, because I really feel like more of you are are in this Queen's energy. And I don't think she's looking back. Like, her back is to the back. It's, to the back. She's looking forward. It's funny, and there's that wheel. And what does that wheel connect? Her to this king. And the world. So, I literally feel like you're just giving yourself some new beginnings. And listen, maybe you're in the planning stages of it. I feel like don't stay in a planning stage too long, though. Some of you, I feel like this king, I don't know. I just feel like this is the one that you will make a commitment to. Somehow, some way. And it's interesting because it's funny. I just did a twin flame reading yesterday. And I'm looking at the Chariot and I'm thinking, it reminds me of the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming, each individually finding their balanced energy, right? Understanding, where I let life take me and where I took life. Two aces on both sides of that. Wow. So I feel like if I'm this queen, I know I'm going off subject. If I'm this queen, long story short, if I want a new beginning, and maybe I want it in two areas in my life, in love and in my pentacles, then I feel like I should do it. I feel like it's time. I feel like the days of waiting for other people to live, the way we want to live, and they just can't, they won't, that's okay. Let's go find who can, who will, who wants to be. The Four of Wands, these people, this love and this energy is untouchable. It is undeniable. You know, each wants to be there. Each, and it's almost like, oh my God, this journey has been so hard. And maybe these are individual journeys that ultimately, you know, this may be the coming full circle type energy. Love conquers all. That was one of your titles for your year in review. Well, so it is. I don't know. It's like I feel like I should just leave it there. It feels very clear to me. But is it clear to you? I don't know. You'll let me know. I kind of love this. I feel like it's a little short, but at the same time, I feel like you know what you know, what you know. This queen, you know, she doesn't need anybody else to tell her what to do. She is, she feels very confident. Doesn't mean she is, right? Doesn't mean I know what's going to happen. I don't. But I know what's happening right now. Right? This is someone who misses this old part of themselves. And I feel like at the same breath, there's someone who thinks of that time also, but also thinks of you in the here and now. Interesting. So, love works in mysterious ways. And I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. I wish you all the best. I hope you're all this queen, because I feel like whenever she decides, it's going to be something that works for her. That's what I feel. So, you have a lot of success on the board. You have a lot of happiness after, you know, after. There is some cutting. There just is. But don't even regret that. Anyway, I love you. I'll see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.